Okay, so while we're waiting for the Blue Beetle movie to hit theaters, which again will be August 18th, Susan Sarandon shed some light on her relationship with Victoria Cord's relationship with Ted Cord. So, let's just get into it. Let's see. Where am I? So this, for those who are wondering about the strike and that you're not supposed to be, actors aren't supposed to be promoting in any way their projects, this was before the strike. So she confirmed Victoria's relationship with her brother Ted Cord, who apparently tanked Cord Industries and then disappeared in some sort of fashion. So yeah, definitely not the business mastermind. So that would probably explain why we won't see him in the movie. He disappeared. So it's not that he disappeared to become Blue Beetle. He just disappeared. So she says, she's a woman who is very smart and was dedicated to the family business, and then the father gave it to the son, which is a huge shock, Sarandon explained. Whoa, goody, sexism. Who would have thunk? On top of that, the son is very irresponsible and basically destroys the fortune that has been built and then just disappears, leaving her to put business to sleep. Then she builds it back up with a great resentment because she's been passed over. Which is understandable. I mean, if you're the one who loves a business and wants to inherit the business, and your father decides sexism, and so the boy who probably showed no interest inherits the business because he's a boy. Yeah, I can see why she'd be resentful of that. So here she is, the only one who really made the family business her life, Sarandon continued. She has no family, she has no friends, she's not interested in anything but Cord Industries. She doesn't shop, she doesn't hang out with her girlfriends, she doesn't have a lover. If she does, it's nobody important. Every time I read that, it makes me laugh. I don't know why. So everything has gone towards the building of power. Okay. This would explain why she comes off as a bit psychotic. I mean, granted, I have no friends, but I have a family, and I do shop, basically because it's a necessary evil, but I do shop. So, not quite psychotic. And of course, I'm not sleeping with anyone because, but yeah, so I'm just not quite to the complete psychotic that she is. So anyway, this was something interesting that I saw. Her relationship with Ted and the fact that Ted has a daughter is very present in the movie. Soto explained. He's the director. Let me see. So I assume that means that Jenny is his daughter. I can't imagine what other girl would be his daughter. Because at least in the trailers, the only females we have seen are Victoria Cord, Jenny, and Jaime's family. So it's got to be Jenny. So now we know Jenny is Ted's daughter. A lot of Ted's gadgets are also important to the film, so being able to keep the idea of Ted and Dan Garrett in the movie and how that came to be does help Jaime understand what he's going through. Some of the people around him are fans of Blue Beetle, It's Jaime's story, but the context still exists. And a lot of it was thought out and executed and done with the intention of bringing someone back in the future. Which, James Gunn did say they wanted to bring Jaime back in his DCU. We just still don't know the details of how it's going to happen. So let's see if there's anything else. No, that seems to be it for that article. So yeah, that explains a lot. However, if Jenny is Ted Kord's daughter, why is she working with Victoria? Because I can't imagine those two get along very well. If for no other reason, I'm sure it's some deep-seated hatred for her father. But it does explain why in the trailers, Jenny would be able to do things like show the gang Ted Kord's, for lack of a better term, Batcave. So that now makes total sense. I just don't understand why she and Victoria, she's working for Victoria. Unless Ted disappeared but wanted Jenny to keep an eye on Victoria because he knew that she was unstable. That's possible. Because since she gave Jaime the scarab, I can just imagine that she wants to keep it out of the hands of Victoria. And it sounds like that makes a good sense because if you've seen the trailers, yeah, I don't think Victoria wants to use the scarab for good. So anyway, I think that's all I have for this video. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to mention about what we learned. I don't believe so. I think I mentioned everything. The only question now is, will we actually see Ted in the movie? If it's in a post-credit scene or towards the end of the movie or something. But yeah, that's the only question left based on this is, will we see Ted in the movie at all? Or maybe, even though James Gunn said he's keeping Jaime for the DCU, maybe they mean that they're going to use Ted Garrett in the future. Ted Kord in the future. And that they will briefly introduce him. Because let's face it, in the comics, he was the one who was best friends with Booster Gold. And they're planning on doing a Booster Gold project. I can't remember now if it was a movie or a TV show. So it's possible that the introducing someone in the future is talking about, to use someone in the future, is actually talking about Ted Kord. Like I said, James Gunn already said they're going to use Jaime going forward, but maybe they're also going to be using Ted. But obviously they can't say it because that would, spoil the fact that Ted Kord's in the movie. So yeah, I think I've covered everything, and I will stop rambling, and I will see you guys in the next video.